everyone. Welcome back to She Wears Podcast. Today's guest is Caterina. Hi, Caterina.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being a guest today.
Caterina. It's Caterina.
Oh, Caterina. What I
That's
call you?
okay.
My bad. Thank you so much for being a guest today.
My pleasure.
So can you tell our listeners, I was going through your website and I wanted to ask you to start off, how do you help serve women on a mission? Can you explain that?
Yes. Well, what I'd love to do is, I'm hearing an echo, my friend, by the way.
Oh, you hear an echo?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not sure why.
Shut up. Okay,
great. Okay, well, what I love to do is to support women to thrive economically. Because what we know in the world is that the more women thrive economically, the more domestic violence goes down, the more the infant mortality rate improves, and the longer girls stay in school. And there are a lot of significant impacts from women around the world earning even a little bit more revenue than they have before. And in the US, when women thrive economically, do you know what they do? They uplift themselves, their families, their communities, they give back. And if you're listening to this and you're a woman, here's what I want to say. If you don't want to thrive economically, if you feel like, well, money doesn't really matter, I don't care about money, or whatever lie you tell yourself, here's what I want to say. What you're saying is that the billionaires are better stewards of money than you. And they're not, because you are going to do good with your money, as so many women do. I want, Brooke, women to find their thing and pursue their thing, because I want every woman on the planet to know the truth, that she has massive value to bring. There is a lifetime supply of people to serve. And the more she brings her massive value, the more she can uplift lives. That's what I do. That's what I want every woman to know, that she matters and she has massive value to bring.
Wow. I love what you're doing, because I've interviewed women who have been abused sexually and by their parents, by boyfriends, and everything. And I really, really love what you're doing to help uplift them, to give them confidence, to give them hope, just to let them know there is help out there and you
Absolutely.
can be better.
Absolutely. And Brooke, everybody's had trauma. Maybe everybody hasn't had trauma as bad as some of the people that you have mentioned, right? But we've all had trauma in some ways. And there's also micro traumas that we experience in sometimes daily life. And also, we've just come through a pandemic, which is another trauma for a lot of people. Loneliness, isolation. A lot of people have had economic negative impact as a result. The thing is, though, we can't fix yesterday. Okay. I cannot fix yesterday. I cannot fix last year. I cannot fix the marriage I'm no longer in. It's all in the past, right? We have to say, okay, what do I want? And how am I going to create it from today, from now? And you know what, Brooke? If you know what you want, but you don't know how you're going to get there, then you go get some help. Okay. This idea that I got to do it on my own, I got to do it by myself, ridiculous. Where does this idea come from? It's in community that we thrive. And we could have lots of different communities. We could have our actual neighborhood community. We could have our girlfriend community. We could have a community of people that are on a mission like us. There's all kinds of communities we can be involved in. And if people feel like there's no community for them, you know what they could do, Brooke? They can create it. You can create a community. Now, we don't even need to leave our house to create community. We could do it on Zoom. Today, I've already been in 3 different Zoom rooms with 3 different groups of ladies.
That's cool. Wow. You're right, though. You are 1,000% right, because I feel like when women support each other, they can thrive together. I don't feel like women should be against each other and hate each other and go head to head towards each
So,
other. I feel like they should help each other.
yes. And Brooke, this is another idea that I don't know where it comes from. People perpetuate, and I'm hearing my echo again.
Oh, my bad.
The thing is that women do support women. Women do lift each other up. Sure, there's an anomaly gal every now and then that is not that way. Women like to lift each other up. Women are positively impacted when they see their sister lifted. So let's get rid of the idea that women are catty and backstabbing and all that BS that maybe was true in some generation, Brooke, but it's not true today. And by the way, if you have some mamas around you that you feel are that way, get rid of the mamas. There's other mamas. Okay? And we all deserve to have people in our life that uplift us, that support us. And if you have people in your life that are not that way, go get some new people because there's a lifetime supply of amazing people to connect with. And I will say, Brooke, sometimes the people that are stressing you, that are not uplifting you, that are negativo, sometimes they're in your household. Well, guess what? It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to say, hey, when you talk like that, it doesn't work for me. You know what I'm going to tell you, Brooke? I said to my father yesterday, I said, Dad, when you tell me that you think I'm working too hard, that doesn't feel like support. Okay. Now, I said it with love, but I said it. And I said, please don't say that. Okay. Because the truth is, I just came back from a week in LA. I was worked for a week and then I was on a cruise ship for 2 weeks. So yeah, I might have a little extra stuff on my calendar right now, but that's because I've been enjoying my life for the last month. All right. So now I know that my dad said it with love, Brooke. He doesn't want me to work too hard, but you know what? It didn't feel good. So it's okay for us to let people know what doesn't feel good to us, even when they're people we love. I hugged my dad. He hugged me back. He said, I'm just worried about you. But guess what? He's not going to say it again because I set a boundary. People that love us, want to support us, they are more than happy to honor our requests. But we've got to make them in a way that don't blame, shame, or make anybody wrong.
I agree with you 1,000%, 1,000%. So I wanted to speak a little bit about the programs and the events you have going on. So can you tell my listeners a little
Sure.
bit about those?
Absolutely. Well, I got a lot of excitement going on, Brooke. Let me start with the simplest and the easiest. One of the things is that a lot of women start businesses because they want to be of service. They want to help people with their life coaching, with their cookies, whatever it is they're doing. They want to be of service. But many women also have a fear of being salesy. They don't want to be pushy, they don't want to be salesy. And what I want you to know is that nobody is going to buy from you if two things: if you don't build influence with them and you don't invite them to be your client. And so it's very important that women learn how to authentically sell. I am anti script, I am anti pain points, I'm anti, of course, cajoling or intimidating or any of those ridiculous tactics that some people teach. No, I'm all about wear your heart all over your business and invite people to be your client from that place with love and kindness. And absolutely, that will support you. So I teach a program called Thrive at Sales. I do free workshops every month on selling, how to achieve sales bliss. That's really my fun topic. And that's where we start, because once you have clients, then you'll thrive more in your business and you'll learn how to do it over and over. The other super fun thing I do, Brooke, is I take women on retreats. I do a bliss retreat for women leaders on a mission. Next January is our next one, but between now and then we're doing virtual retreats because I love to get the ladies together, and when a group of women get together, they lift each other up. That's really important. And then I like to teach women how to do retreats, because it's not only about doing the retreat, it's about filling the retreat, and it's about profiting from the retreat, because you cannot give from an empty cup. And I want women to know the more financial surplus they create for themselves in their business, the more they can be of service. It takes a surplus to be of service, because it costs money to run a business to reach the people that you want to reach. So we teach people how to do retreats, and I teach ladies how to run group programs, and I certify other business coaches to teach sales, because a rising woman lifts all the women around her. And I want to create as many rising women as I can.
Yes, I love your energy, how how upbeat you are. Like I feel like whenever you speak to people, you're just like, yeah, and then they get them doing it too. You're like, yeah. I just love your energy and the vibe. But I did want to ask you, so when you do retreats, do you all go like to different resorts? Like is that how your retreats work?
Well,
Or
so my retreats, we just went to the Silverado in Napa Valley. I did a speaker mastermind retreat. That was great. We'll do that again in November. And I've done retreats in Hawaii, and the next retreat is on a Mexican Riviera cruise for 10 days. I love to do retreats on cruise ships. So we do that. But also, you don't have to start there. You can start with a virtual retreat. You can start with a 1-day retreat in your living room. You start where you are, because women love to get together, and a retreat situation, which is not only about teaching, it's also about self-care and time for reflection and connection. Women love this, and it's an important thing to women, for women to embrace, to get rejuvenated, refreshed, reconnected, not only to other women but to themselves. And I'm a big advocate for women embracing retreats. And if you love to get the ladies together like me, then you may want to host retreats, and I want to support women to do that with more ease, effectiveness, and of course profitability, because when you have profitability, then you can do it again. But if you don't got no profitability, you can't keep doing it. So that's what I want for all the women.
that's true. That's 1,000% true. So I did want to speak about your podcast. So can you tell us a little bit about your podcast, like things that you speak about on your podcast? Do
Sure.
you ever have guests on there or anything?
Yes, Brooke, you're making me so happy. Okay, here's the thing. My podcast is called Expand Your Fempire with an F. Expand Your Fempire. I want women to recognize that their business is their fempire. Their fempire is a business intended to be good and profitable and uplifting for the community or the people that they serve. Also, fempire implies a woman's way. I'm the woman, and we talk about all the different ways that you can thrive in business. Expand Your Fempire is available on Apple and Spotify and everywhere. We also actually do an event once a year, a 2-day event called Expand Your Fempire, that women can come to grow their businesses. And you know what else I got, Brooke? I'm not sure if you know this. I got an app too. I have an app called Expand Your Fempire. It's free, of course, and you can download it for your phone. And it's got tons of content, tons of things to do to support you to grow your business.
Yeah. Are you okay? You got a cough? I gotcha. Okay, so that's cool. I didn't even see that you had an app on here. Like I completely looked over that, but now I'm on your app. Wow. And you built this app on your own?
Myself and my team
Your
built
team
the
is
app.
on there. So
Yes.
what kind of things are on the app?
There's videos, a lot of business building videos. There's a place for journaling. There's a place for questions. There's things answered. By the way, it also links to our free links page which I want
Oh.
to mention, which is the link that's below here, caterinarando.com/links.
Mhm.
And there you will have many free resources, a
Mhm.
link to our app, a link to our podcast, a link to my upcoming free workshop. I do 2 of those a month,
Wow.
a link to my free checklists, a
Mhm.
link to my geo-targeting video, all kinds of.
Well, do you need a drink? You can take a
Oh
break
my
and get
god,
a
my friend, I'm a professional. I got my coffee here, I got my beverage here, I got my Kleenex box if I need it, I got my shawl
okay, because
right
you
here if I get too cold.
okay.
Not not my first rodeo.
Man, but your app looks really, really nice. Wow, I'm gonna have to download that and see what
Yeah,
it's about. Man,
it's awesome. Because
wow.
here's the thing, because Brooke, there's a lot of great free resources, and I've just mentioned several that we offer people. The thing that really makes women thrive is being in a community of like-minded, like-hearted women on a mission, just like them. And this is why, I was talking to a speaker today, a friend of mine, and she said, "Well, my coach is really telling me to do online courses." And I said, "Forget the online course, because education is all they're going to get with the online course. Instead of the online course, offer a group program where they get the education, but they also get to come and be together in community and make friends and support each other and share resources. Here's what you get when you join a group program. You get, of course, the education, but you get ongoing guidance, ongoing support, a structure that creates accountability and focus and momentum. You get, of course, community, and you get encouragement. And I mention this, Brooke, I take a moment to share about this because sometimes people think, I took this course, I bought this course, I bought that course. What's wrong with me? I'm not doing anything. Well, that's because what you really want is to be with some like minded, like hearted women on a mission just like you, and to learn together. So, this is why I teach women and certify them how to run group programs. This is why I'm such a big believer and lead so many group programs myself, because together we will thrive even more.
Yes, I agree with you 1,000% because exactly what you just said, I was trying to do coaching, life coaching, and exactly what you said. I was not getting the experience. I wasn't working in a group setting, any of that. I was just taking a course online. I'm like, how is this going to help me? How is this going to help me engage with people? How is this going to help me get my name out there, the word out there? And I'm like, this is not good. And I'm spending all this money, you know? But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. That's why when I start school next week, I made sure that they are going to give me the experience that I
Great.
need to go into the field. So I'm like,
That's awesome. Bing,
yeah,
bing.
yeah, yep. I made sure. I made sure. So I did want to speak about your charities. Can you speak a little bit about those?
Yeah. So, what we do is I've actually have a book on a women's guide to starting a giving circle that I wrote with CJ Hayden. And what we found is that there's this belief that women have, not all women, but some women, will all be a philanthropist when I retire, when I'm older, when I have a ton more money, then I'll be a philanthropist. And a philanthropist is somebody that has a consistent a plan of giving, and they give to their community and charities they care about. It doesn't mean they have to be a huge giver. What I want to encourage women to do is make a commitment to something they care about. It could be homelessness, or one of my clients, Brooke, she is very focused on suicide prevention, like yourself. I've got another client who's focused on cancer prevention. I'm focused on entrepreneurship education for women and girls, and also regular education for women and girls around the world. And so my company, we support 4 charities. Now, when I say we, I don't just mean me. I mean, whenever we have an event, we showcase one of these charities and we invite everyone to donate to these charities. And some people can donate 500 or $1,000, and some people can donate $50. That's fine. Whatever you can do. Because in Zambia and Mumbai and Nepal and Uganda, which is the places where our charities are that we support, your $50 can make a huge impact. And this is why sometimes people say, well, Caterina, why don't you focus on US charities? Because you go where the need is the greatest and where you can have massive impact without writing a huge check. And wherever any woman is in her financial life, I want her to identify causes that she cares about and use her voice to shine the spotlight on these charities. One of our charities is the Power of Love. They give microloans and teach women in Zambia how to start businesses. We have, in one day, we have raised $9,000 for this charity. We just did, in December, we did Girls Up Uganda, which is another one of our charities, which is education and for girls in Uganda. We raised $11,000. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because I use my voice. I invite the other ladies to open their wallet. I shine the spotlight on the charity. And now everybody knows about it and everybody can contribute. What I'm saying is open your wallet, but use your voice to shine a spotlight on any charity or cause that you care about. Have an opportunity and make it easy for people to contribute. And as a result, you can uplift a lot of lives together. That's a little bit about what we do with charities through my business, Brooke. And I invite everyone to look at their philanthropy plan in their business, in your business, whoever is watching, even if it's a small business.
Yeah.
And every year have a different way, make a decision for how you're going to uplift lives through philanthropy, through your business.
Yes, yes, I love donating. I have quite a few charities that I donate to and foundations. So I do agree with you. I do want to ask you, how can my listeners get involved to not only donate to your charities that you donate to, but like get involved to help them as well? Like,
Well,
do
wonderful. Brooke, if you go to my website, which is here on the screen, CaterinaRando.com,
Mhm.
there is a link for our charity partners.
Okay.
And you can click on there. It might say charity, might say Giving Circle. And you can see our 4 charities with a link to their website.
Mhm.
And you can go there and see how you would like to support and help them. And of course, make a donation.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look through that after our interview. Thank
Yay!
It's really really nice. I really want to get involved. There's so many charities and like charities
And
and what do you call foundations that I do. I'm like, I need to stop because I have like maybe over 6.
now, Brooke, may I speak to this?
Oh yeah.
Because the thing is that I used to own a cafe and catering business. Okay.
Oh,
That was my first business. And every day it seemed like we had people asking for donations for gift certificates for some auction or something, donations of food. But you know what? You have to decide where you want to have the most impact because there is need everywhere, right? So you have to pick what's your thing that you really want to impact. Is it homelessness? Is it health education? Is it the other things we've discussed already? Because we cannot give to everybody all the time, right? And then you can say, you know what? I'm really focused on this, whatever your thing is. And so I'm going to be a no for this. And then you can also feel good about it because you have made a decision about where you're going to put your giving. And then every year you reevaluate and you can add more. If you're having more prosperity, you can add more, or you can make a change. But be conscious in your giving. Now, I will also say, if a client says to me, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I support all my clients' charities up to a certain amount simply because they ask me. And I only get a few requests for that a year. My clients know this. I don't know why I don't get more requests. Because you also want to be a yes when your family, your other people ask, but you cannot be a yes for everybody on the planet, which is why we want to be conscious and make a decision about our giving. Have a plan.
Yep, I agree. I did want to ask you, so with your clients, how they work with you, do you have like a payment plan when you help people? Like, do you have a payment setup plan?
Brooke, I do have a payment plan. I also have sometimes what we call the super extendo payment plan. Okay. Giving people several months to pay for whatever they're doing. Because if somebody wants to be served by me, I always want to do everything I can.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yes, yes, I love it. I want to thank you so much for coming on my podcast today and sharing your wise wisdom and words with us.
Thank you, Brooke. My privilege. So great to meet you. You have such positive energy. And let me say to everyone who's listening, don't just listen, take action based on what we've discussed to
Yes,
uplift your life and uplift the lives of others.
yes, definitely. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Bye. Hey, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for listening to my interview with Caterina. Hopefully, I pronounced that right. But thank you so much for listening to my interview. I learned quite a bit. I hope you all did too. And I hope you all go and check out her website, which is Tinkering Below. I don't know if you can see it. Tinkering Below right here. CaterinaRando.com/links. And just check it out. Also, check out a few of my other interviews, which is going to pop up now. Bye.